Hey guys, welcome back to another product spotlight here at Motion Raceworks YouTube channel. Today we got a super exciting product, and this one came from A, customer feedback, and B, our own dealings with flex fuel sensors. So about a year ago we released and came out with just like a little fitting kit to help plumb a flex fuel sensor in. And just looking at it on the table, people had asked for it and we sold a few of them, but I just looked at it and I thought there's got to be something better that we can do. So we went to the drawing board and we took a popular flex fuel sensor that's used in a lot of aftermarket E85 systems, and we designed a billet piece that reduces the amount of fittings that go into what we're trying to accomplish here, as well as the amount of leak point connections. So when I say leak points, I mean anytime a fitting connects to another fitting, anytime a hose connects to a fitting, all of that stuff. So before we were doing it with 2 Ys and had a bunch of adapter fittings and everything in between, and as you can tell, that would take a lot of real estate up underneath a car. When you're plumbing a car, it's already hard enough to run all the lines you need to with a feed and a return and transmission lines and everything else. So this is what we came up with. It's our new billet flex fuel sensor mount. It's a dual channel system, which means that you can use this on both the feed or the return on your EFI systems. Traditionally, this has a very small orifice, the flex fuel sensor does, so people would run it on the return side because they were afraid it was going to impede flow to the fuel rails, thereby limiting the amount of fuel they can feed an engine. So one of our requirements on this product was to make sure that it flowed as much or more than a 10 AN fitting, because a 10 AN feed will deliver about as much ethanol as anybody could need. I know some people go to number 12 and stuff, but I would assume at that point, if you're making, 2,000, 2,500 horsepower, you're not looking for a flex fuel sensor. You're probably going to be putting good ethanol in it every time and not worried about it. We did that for packaging, but like I said, a 10 AN feed's huge. It's about the size or no bigger than what almost everybody runs, with even your big 5, 7, 10 gallon a minute brushless pumps that exist. The cool thing about this thing is it has one channel internally that will flow right through the sensor, and one channel that bypasses it. And like I said, those two flow more than a number 10 fitting or line, which is awesome. These ends are number 10 female ORB, which means we can adapt to a 6 AN, an 8 AN, a 10 AN. You could adapt to a 12 AN hypothetically, but it's not going to flow internally that much, so that'll be a limiting factor. Internally, it's optimized to direct flow through both channels equally. And the other cool thing is, when you mount this thing under a car, sometimes things are in the way, whether it's wiring, a cross member, something. So we made this so that you could rotate this. It's all internally O-rings, so it's still going to seal the same. You can even put it together and move it like that afterwards, just to kind of get things where they need to be. The other neat thing is that it has a mounting bracket integral to the design of it, so you can kind of put this up, mark your 2 holes, drill it, mount it, and then put it all together. And I think what we made here is flex fuel systems just much easier. This is going to read your content. It's going to make mounting and plumbing super easy. And even on a hot rod or a muscle car or a race car, everything is nice, compact, less leak points, and just overall a lot easier. Now you can buy these on our website with or without Fergola fittings on the ends. We know some people already have ORB to AN fittings in stock, so they won't need that. It does not come with the sensor. We toyed around with the idea of making them all come with the sensor, but we just decided there's no point in us marking up the sensor. A lot of people have it. A lot of people are going to make things smaller. But I will put a link to this sensor and part number on it in the description below. That way, if you have nothing on your system, or if you're building a flex fuel system from scratch for your E85 or ethanol powered vehicle, you can grab that, and they're about $50. Now, one of the reasons why we made sure to optimize and make the port size as large as possible for flow on this is because there are a lot of people who swear by / tell you that you need to absolutely have this on the feed side of your fuel system. The reason why they say that is because all fuel flow is going to be forced past this on the feed side, which means you can get an accurate content. I'm not here to give tuning advice or say one way or another. But what I will say is the size of this being 10 ORB gives you flexibility to run it on the feed or the return side, so that you don't have to choose that, and you have the flexibility to put it wherever your tuner wants to have it or wherever you want to have it, so that you can have it work as well as possible and cause you the least amount of issues and not be a hang up on positioning. Anyways, I appreciate you guys tuning in for another product spotlight. This one surely makes builds easier, cleaner, safer in my mind with less leak points. And the feedback we got from you guys is what drove us and allowed us to make this product. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We have more products, more tech tips, and more fun coming your way. See ya.